So we've seen how to get the value of any item in a dictionary, and we use the dictionary name within square brackets, we give the key name, and we get a value returned. Now, sometimes there's a question mark as to how do you find an item in a dictionary. Now, the find always works consistently across Python, which is using the membership operator. So the only difference is, given that the dictionary is a list, or rather a collection of key value pairs, when you want to find something, you have to find something using the key. So items can be manipulated if we say if a value in dictionary, then the value is searched for within the keys of the dictionary. And then you obviously return true or false, and you can access the dictionary item. I have put together a little example of finding, using the membership operator. We can use it to iterate over a dictionary. It is like lists and tuples. You can iterate over a dictionary as well. And let's take a look at the code. We will come to loops later, but for the moment, we are going to use our by now famous Hamlet dictionary. And we say from the user, let's say you want to find a value, say, let me go back a little bit. Look at the dictionary that we just created. Now, it's first dict, which has the key value play, and the value associated with play is Hamlet. Author, Shakespeare. Year, 1600. Soliloquy, to be or not to be. I've added an extra item, which is within quotes 1, and then a value which is 1000. And I'll come to that why I did this. So when we say, find me an item in the dictionary, we run through and we say, which key would you like to find? I say play. Enter. And now it just goes into the dictionary, and if find key was our variable in which we have stored the value play. If find key in first dict, which is the format or the syntax of the line, which is if key in dictionary. Answer is true or false. In this case, play is part of the dictionary keys, so the answer is true, and it says found. The value of the key is first dict, and within that is our provided value find key, which was play, so it should say found. The value of the key play is Hamlet, so works well. Excellent. Let's run it again. And this time, once we execute and create the dictionary, same dictionary, it says find the key. I say 1. Remember this is typed in the wrong window. We'll go back to our terminal window, and I say find me the key 1, and it says if find key in first dict, and it's gone to the print statement, which means it found the key 1. And obviously the value associated with it is visible in the code. The value is 1000. So it prints found. The value of the key 1 is 1000. Now, go back here. Notice that the key I've put in quotation marks. What if I had put it as a number? So what if we had no quotation marks around the 1? Is this a valid dictionary? No problem. It's an absolutely valid dictionary. It will create a dictionary, and the keys are going to be play, author, year, soliloquy, and the number 1, not a string. Now what happens when we try to run the program? So again, the dictionary is created. It says find key and asks me which key would I like to find. And I say 1, which is now a member. Now we know that the key value is 1 exists. And now we come to the if statement. If key in first dict. Interesting. It went off to the else part of the if statement. Why? Go back to the earliest modules of Python that we recorded. Remember, the input function returns a string. It does not return a number or anything else. It may look like a number. In this case, it looks like the number 1, but it's actually a string within quotes. Now, the string within quotes, which is 1, is not part of this dictionary. In this dictionary, we have a key value, which is the number 1, with a value associated with it is 1000. But therefore, here our if statement did not work, and it went to the else part. Now, in the else part, I then have to do some additional programming, and I say, if the key provided by the input statement is numeric. Remember, this was a string function, a string method. So, is numeric returns true or false depending on whether the string is numeric, a number. In this case, it is. If find key is numeric, true, first we convert this into an integer. Remember, find key, which was our variable, was a string because of the input statement. We have now converted it into an integer, which is now a number 1, and then we repeat the search. So we go back to if find key in first dict. In this case, it returns true, and it says found. The value of the key 1 is 1000. What is the moral of the story? Although there is no restriction in terms of what the keys look like in a dictionary, it is nicer and better to be consistent and use keys of the same type or same data type. Here, we had mixed up a number with string keys, and therefore we had to do extra programming and then do some conversions, etc., etc. Otherwise, the logic would have broken down. Although the number key 1 existed in our dictionary, the program would not have found the string 1, which is returned by the input statement. So you have to be careful. And the moral is, be consistent in creating dictionaries, use keys of the same data type, and then you can use the membership operator to quickly locate a dictionary item.